Next up, we have a scheduling update from Mr. Meisner and Ms. Harris. Welcome. This is an important time for high school students or incoming high school students. So
high school and middle school.
Yeah.
So, all right. Good evening, everybody. I'm super excited to be here to give you an update on middle school and high school scheduling. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Matt Meisner. I'm the Director of Career and College Readiness for the district. And with me tonight is Jennifer Harris, who is our district school counselor who supports all of this work as well. So when we're working with our students and we're starting to develop schedules for our students that is really mapping out all 4 years of their high school career, we really start with them predicting the future or thinking out into the future. And our teachers and our counselors ask our students these big questions when they're sitting down with them and helping them choose which courses they're going to be taking. We really ask them, what kind of problems do you want to solve in the world? We certainly know there are many problems out in the world that need addressed, and there's a lot of challenges. So what is it that they would like to help solve in our world? We ask them what sorts of activities they like to do, what sort of work do they like to do, and then what brings them excitement and joy, because that ultimately is what we're looking for when they enter into a career, that it brings them excitement and joy and they're solving problems. We review a bunch of careers with them. We're going to talk about School Links here in just a little bit, which is the tool that we use to help our students explore careers. But we ask them, what are you interested in? What would you like to do when you graduate from high school? Many careers out there. We know that there's a lot of positions that are left unfilled and will continue to be unfilled. So really just helping our students understand what those careers are and what brings interest to them. And then what sort of advanced training or education would you like? Are you thinking about going to a Ohio Technical Center? Would you like to enter an apprenticeship program like an electrical or plumbing trades? Are you looking at a 2-year degree from Columbus State? Or are you looking at a 4-year degree from Ohio State or University of Toledo? Go Rockets. Graduation requirements. I have gotten to say this now the last couple times I've been here to update you, and I'm glad that this continues, but we have not had any major updates in our graduation requirements. They've leveled off. All of you will remember we went through a period there of about 4 years where every graduating class had a different set of graduation requirements. So it's good to have it level off. The only thing that now will fully be in effect starting with this year's seniors is the financial literacy. Used to be instruction, now it is they have to earn a half a credit in financial literacy. So 3 buckets for graduation credits. None of those have changed: ELA, math, science, social studies, health, physical education, and then their electives. The only addition to that permanently now is financial literacy. Again, that started with the class of 2026 and beyond. After our students have earned their credits, the second bucket that they're looking to fill is the competency bucket. Overwhelming majority of our students fulfill that requirement by passing the Algebra 1 or an English 2 Ohio State test with a passing score of 684. If they don't do that, they need to demonstrate 2 career-focused activities. Those include earning credentials, doing work-based learning hours, a variety of different activities that they could do, web exams, College Credit Plus program, in order for them to meet that requirement. Or they can show enlistment into the military, or they complete college coursework, typically through the College Credit Plus program. So a wide variety of options there to meet competency. Just remember the overwhelming majority do pass it in that first bucket. And then finally, the third thing, readiness. We all know these well by now, the graduation seals. There are 12 seals in total. The first 9 that you see in the dark blue box, those are state-defined seals. They put out the criteria of what those are. Students must earn at least 1 state-defined seal. The other 3 on the right-hand side in the lighter blue box, those are locally defined seals. Those are seals that we as a district are allowed to create the parameters of what that would be for a student to earn those. Students can earn 1 foundational and 1 state and 1 district approved seal, or they could earn 2 state approved seals. They cannot earn 2 of the district approved seals. We are well on our way into the scheduling process. So it actually starts all the way back in January. In January, we are busy. In December, we meet with our counselors. We provide them all of the new updates, any new courses we're offering, any changes to our course descriptions, high school academic planning guide. That goes into their hands in December, and then they start disseminating all of that information in January. January is like information overload for scheduling. They're in classrooms, they're providing presentations to students and families about course offerings. They're really just providing them all the information so they can start to think about what sorts of courses they would like to take. In February, our students start submitting their course requests. It's in green because this is using SchoolLinks, which is our college and career readiness platform. We're going to talk a little bit more about what that looks like, but we've been really impressed with this. It's been a great tool for our students and our counselors and has really sped up, not just sped up the process, but helped have deeper and richer conversations. In blue, right around spring break time, we take all of the information our students have put into SchoolLinks and we transfer that into PowerSchool. In March, we're well ahead of schedule at this point, but our school counselors meet with every single student and go through their course requests. That's a huge undertaking for all of our counselors. They're having those one-on-one meetings, reviewing those courses, helping students make different choices if they need to, or approving their plan if they're good to go. And then in August, all of the things happen. So right where that big P is, that's where all the work happens in PowerSchool. Our building administrators are building master schedules, and they are prepared for, in August is when our students get their schedules of the order of classes they'll be taking, what period they have them. So this is a good, about 8-month-long process to do scheduling for all of our students. Like I said, we're continuing to use SchoolLinks. We really, really have enjoyed using this tool. In this tool, it allows us to do a variety of things to work with our students. They do college planning in there. They get to explore any college in the nation and internationally. They get to look at tuition costs, programs, et cetera. Our high school academic planning guide is live in the platform as well, so students can click on courses and learn more about those. Students make their course selections in there for all 4 years of their high school academic career. They do career planning by doing a variety of career interest surveys and learning more about different careers and selecting what's of interest to them. And then they do the Ohio graduation planning, which is a great big document that they work on where they are building out their 4-year course plan that is tied to their post-secondary goals, college, entering the workforce, or joining the military, and then what career they ultimately would like to get into. Our course planner in SchoolLinks, so this is used by all of our students in grades 8 through 11. It allows our students to map out all 4 years of their academics, again tied to that goal that they have been setting for themselves for career, for what career they would like to have once they graduate. It allows our students and families to keep updates on their plan progress. We really love this tool that it shows historical grades. So as students are going in and selecting next year's courses, they get to see how they performed in previous courses as well, which has been a very powerful tool. My favorite feature of SchoolLinks is it translates all of the information that we have in there to a variety of languages. Every single one of the languages represented in our district is in SchoolLinks. So it's a really quick and easy way for all of our families to be able to access the information in the platform. It communicates those plans to parents and guardians and our school counselors, so everybody can go in and see what those plans are and what the students are thinking about. We use the course planner to facilitate those one-on-one meetings between our counselors and our students. I do want to pause on that for a moment about that one-on-one meeting. So just to give you some perspective, each of our high school counselors have somewhere between 400 and 450 students on their caseload. So to meet with them one-on-one, every single one of them, on top of all the other duties they're doing, is pretty a remarkable task. So shout out to our school counselors. They are busy. They're leaving every day busy. They are tired, but it's the good work, and it's the work that they like to do. And finally, the course planner is the integral part of our Ohio graduation plan, so our students choosing all 4 years of their courses.
Thanks for inviting me, and thanks for all the work that you do for our students and our staff. And I echo that our school counselors are doing amazing work with students. I am missing them in this new role, but I'm excited to be able to give you a glimpse into School Links and show you a little bit about what students are seeing and what our counselors are doing. So the first step is a little bit deceiving, actually, because this first step in School Links, students have been working on, some of them for a couple of years since we had the program. So to tie into what Matt said about, you know, the long-term goal, where are you headed, the students have done all kinds of interest inventories in School Links to come up with these career, college, post-secondary goals. So if they've been in there doing work, these fields are populated. If they have not, they are not populated, but they can at any time go in and click through information here and get some goals for themselves. The next step ties into that first goal, and it shows, thanks to School Links, it shows education and salary, as well as live job growth in our area. And that is not a School Links thing, that is a Bureau of Labor and Statistics thing that's showing them, is this a job choice that is heading in a good direction? Are you going to have options when you get out of high school and pursue this as a next step? Step 3 for our students when they're getting into School Links and working either on their own or with their families or with their counselors, we do ask them to think about their SEALs for graduation, and we're not asking them to fly solo. There is a link in there. It's kind of hard to see on this screen, but it does link to the Ohio Department of Education and also to a cheat sheet that we have created about all of the different SEALs that the students can choose. We ask them to pick 2. When you ask an 8th grader to do that, they kind of look at you like deer in headlights, and so we try to break down, you know, these are some of the more common SEALs, or put it in kid language, which 2 SEALs sound like you. So they do have resources to be able to choose those SEALs, but they're also not locked into those SEALs. They can change them as they go through school. I feel like I've repeated that quite a bit to students lately, that you're not locked in, you can change your mind 12 times, and that's okay. We just want to know that you have a plan ahead of yourself. Step 4 is where the bulk of the work is, and that is the course plan for our students. They're going to click on that button and be taken into a plan. And I will take you through these 4 screens here real quick. This is an in-progress course plan, and I am impressed every time I work in School Links that it is very user-friendly. All of this information is in PowerSchool, but you've really got to dig to find it. I find when you sit down in School Links and you can look at that screen and pretty quickly tell that, okay, red, probably something's wrong, that needs my attention. So I tell the students that quite a bit, that if it's red, it needs your attention, we need you to take a look at something there. If it's green, check mark, you're good to go, you've met that graduation requirement. So this is an example of a course plan that is in progress. Each column is a year of school, so we've got 4 columns, and then each row are different graduation requirements. And this would be a freshman who's currently taking classes, and I should pause to say that these are not live students that we're showing up here on the screen tonight. These are all demo students. Another cool thing of School Links is when I'm working in the background and, you know, making tweaks to the platform, I can immediately go see what this would look like for a kid, which is pretty cool. This is kind of a random sampling, but a 4-year view, which I think when I'm thinking about an adolescent brain, I want to see how everything fits. I want to see where my attention is. And red is not good, green is good. Hard to see, but there's some yellow there underneath some of the courses. Those would be courses that are in progress. So this freshman looks like he's taking algebra, and assuming he does well, that will remain part of his course plan. Then if I were to click into one of those subject areas or one of those graduation requirements, this is what that screen looks like. And a really cool part of School Links is it is kind of smart software. It's making a prediction about, based on the classes that you have taken or are currently taking, this is what we think you're going to do next. So it kind of takes a big, overwhelming course description guide and boils it down. But the students are not locked into that. They can unfilter it and see everything, you know, if they have a specific course in mind. And then this is a no more red. I did everything I was supposed to do. I planned out my 4 years and got all of my graduation requirements. This is our first rollover for School Links, so making sure that classes came over from Power School. I was thankful for Matt's help and for School Links' help. That went really smoothly, that all of the classes students are doing, or even classes that were transferred in, are following along with them. And also classes that students planned for in years past are coming over with them. So the messaging that our counselors are giving is that we're asking you to plan all 4 years. Next year is the year that really matters, because like Matt said, that's going to roll over into Power School and start making FTE decisions. But we still like for them to look at their plan and make sure everything's going to fit, make sure you're on track to graduate. Another cool feature of School Links, once you get through all of your graduation requirements, there is a place where you can have one-stop shopping, a PDF, really pretty printed version of what your plan was. So if you're a visual person who needs it in paper pencil, you're able to get that. School counselors, a lot of them are using that. They like their binders. They like to have everything, in front of them as they're meeting with students. So you'll see that on their desks. And a really powerful tool as they're working with families as well.
All right, and our parents and guardians get to check out their students' course plans as well. So I'm going to show you 2 quick screens on how they do that. Once they've logged into their Guardian account, they click on the to-dos there at the top, and then they select course plans at the bottom. And when they do that, they get to see their student's course plan. Again, this is a demo student. I wish we had cybersecurity and cosmetology and English. This student's very gifted in a variety of areas, but parents can go in and see those plans. They can also comment on those plans. We do like to caution our parents that a comment is not in any way editing their plan. They do not have access to delete courses or add courses for their student, but they can put comments on there that the school counselor can see those when they're meeting with their student. Last week, at the end of the week, my office sent out a reminder to all of our families of grades 8 through 11, reminding them that they do have access to their parent account. We really do encourage our parents to please create your login, please create your account, so you can see what your student's doing in School Links. All of our guardians are eligible for an account for our students in grades 6 through 12. Last year, we moved the login code to Power School, so it's a one-stop shop. Once parents are in there, their access code is right there. It's very quick and easy to sign up for an account. Use your personal email address. Remember what that email address is, because we don't see those on the backside. And then once you're in there, you can see everything that your student's been doing in there, not just their course plan, but any careers that they've favorited, any colleges they're looking at. There's just a wealth of information in there for our parents to see and guardians. Finally, if anybody has any questions, if you're a parent or a guardian out there and you have questions about helping your students work through the course selection process, we have 3 wonderful resources. The first one certainly are our current teachers. They know best about what courses students should be taking next. They know their students' ability levels. They're a great resource, so please reach out to them if you have questions. Our 8th grade teachers are quickly learning a lot more about high school, especially those upper grades. They're a great resource. Our high school teachers have been doing this with them for a very long time. They're a great resource for parents to reach out to. Online, we have our high school academic planning guide, all of our information about Career Center programming, the College Credit Plus program, and a variety of other things. So I really encourage families to check out our online resources. And then finally, our school counselors, again, working very, very hard to assist our students with their course plans. They're right now in the middle of those one-on-one meetings. I checked it this morning, and we had over 1,200 plans that were already approved by counselors across the district. So that's in about 2.5 weeks' time. So that's great progress that they're making. So now's the time, if you have questions about what courses your students should be taking or what their plans are, certainly reach out to your student's counselor, because they are a great resource for you. And with that, we thank you for letting us be here tonight.
Any questions?
I was just curious, how frequently is that data updated from the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
It's pretty continuous, so as soon as the Bureau of Labor Statistics updates anything in theirs, it's automatically updated on schooling. So it's a seamless process, yeah. It's really nice. Yeah, great.
I have a question about financial literacy. This is a very specific question, but I remember this was an issue when it came up a couple years ago. And summer school and the availability of like other ways to take that course.
Yeah.
Are there other ways to take that course? And can you talk about that so people know?
Sure, yeah. We've continued that from last year into this year. So our students can take financial literacy through summer school. They can also do it online right now if they are planning on going to the Career Center. That's really our focus because there's not enough room in their schedule. But we've worked out where our students who are in that position can take financial literacy to get that requirement met. So our counselors have put out a lot of information about that. There's a one-pager out there about the different options that students can do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks,
Thank
yeah.
you. That really crunched schedules, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
I love Schoolings.
Oh,
I
good.
just want to say, if you've not used it, it's really a fabulous tool. You can go out and check out trends and careers and all sorts of amazing things. I would have never known some of those things about those trends. And I'm just curious, though, because there's a lot of scheduling that's going on, if a class is not going to be offered because there's not enough students, when would a parent or a student expect to know that?
Yeah, so we're watching those numbers. We pull those twice a week, the course selection numbers. Right now, we're just really in the middle of making all those selections. Spring break is when we roll that data over into PowerSchool, and we're really looking at how many sections will we need, how many enrollments do we have. So I don't have an exact date, but I would anticipate not too long after spring break, we would start communicating if something wasn't going to run. Yeah.
Thank you. I will reiterate, this is a fabulous tool. And also, it can tell you if your student's overloading themselves. Like,
Yeah.
they have way too many credits.
Oh, yeah.
Like my
Yeah, yeah.
kids continue to do.
Uh-huh. We see that. They're planning a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other? Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for all the
thank
work
you.
that you guys are doing and the counselors.